Hey guys, today I thought I would film my new updated hair care routine. Since my last video, my hair is a lot shorter and it is a lot more high maintenance. I used to be the girl who would get her hair bleached once every 6 months or so, didn't really care about like regrowth because it kind of became an ombre, and at that point I really didn't care. But now that my hair is like a brown red color, it is a lot more high maintenance. There's a lot more that goes on with my hair care. So I thought I would share it with anybody who has red hair or just wants to hear me talk about what I do to keep my hair looking good. So if you don't know, red hair fades the quickest. The molecules of the red pigment wash out the fastest. It is the hardest hair color to maintain unless you're lucky and you are naturally a redhead. Now, I'm not a hairdresser, so anything I say about like hair level and tones and all that stuff, I'm not like an expert on this. I asked my hairdresser last week when I was getting my color touched up. I was under the impression that the blonde I had underneath was a level 10. She said I was like a level 12, all I needed was a different toner in my hair and I would be like white platinum blonde. I'm like, okay. Didn't realize I was that blonde. But she said my natural color is around a level 7, which is the easiest to flop either way, like go darker, go lighter, so awesome for me. This is about a level 5. I was also under the impression that if I had really blonde bleached hair underneath, that color would hold better onto really bleached hair. She said that's the complete opposite. Since my hair was so blonde underneath, it is like rejecting color off of it. Maintaining this brown-red color is going to be quite a struggle for a little while until all the bleached bits come out. And I think the blonde is about up to like here or so now, so I've got some regrowth and the color stays better on my natural color because it's adding darkness and redness to my already kind of in-between color. But the bleached bits are just like, get this off, we want to be blonde. And funny story, last night I actually had a nightmare that I took a shower, and when I got out of the shower my hair was like bleach blonde again. I jumped out of bed and I like turned to look at my mirror like, oh my god, am I blonde again? To my very happy surprise, it was all just a really bad dream. So my biggest thing for maintaining red hair is gonna sound kind of gross, but it's to not wash your hair. When my hair was still blonde, I would go 2, maybe 3 days not washing my hair. But since getting my hair dyed, I have been training my hair and training my scalp to go longer periods without being washed. And I've heard people talk about this before, how they can go like 2 weeks without washing their hair and it doesn't get oily. Luckily, I don't really have an oily scalp. I actually have the complete opposite. I have a very dry scalp. So it's taking a little while for my hair and my scalp to get used to it. I'm not like snowing on anyone because, oh my god, gross. You may be wondering, how long am I not washing my hair for? Today is day 6, almost day 7 of not washing my hair. I'm probably gonna wash it tonight. Maybe I'll hold off until tomorrow. I'm really trying to get to once a week washing my hair, and I'm very close because it's day 6 and I can still do this. I went the first 4 days with my hair down, no problems, didn't feel gross. The past 2 days it's been up in a bun, and I can totally go another day. From the research I've done, it's actually really good to let your scalp like release its natural oils and do its thing and not wash your hair so often. I think it's totally worth it and it lets me hold on to color as long as possible. But when I reach the point of I'm probably washing my hair the next day, I have been doing something to get my scalp feeling better, and that is using straight up coconut oil. I don't have any right now because it was used for cooking. I use the coconut oil you can buy at the store for cooking, and I just take a little bit in my hands and I rub it in because it's solid when it's like sitting at room temperature, but like the heat of your hands warms it up, and I just kind of like massage it into my scalp and I leave it on overnight. Does its thing. My hair feels super soft after having like a coconut oil mask sitting on all night. If any of you out there have like a dry scalp or dandruff, coconut oil apparently combats the like bacteria and stuff that goes on with dandruff, so it's super awesome. And coconut oil is just the fix for everything. Any problems you may have, just use coconut oil and I promise you it'll go away. To get all that oil out of your hair, you obviously need to wash your hair. And I came across the Ulta brand Red Color Preserve shampoo. It is sulfate-free, UV color protectant, and has shine enhancers with vibrant color complex. It's basically a shampoo for redheads, and it also has a conditioner, so I use these two. And then afterwards they come with a red color enhanced glaze, which looks just like the other two. But this stuff is terrifying. It's basically a color glaze. It's not adding color, but it kind of like locks in color more and it like enhances it more. It's like really hard to explain, but it's the, yeah, I'm not gonna do this because it's gonna get everywhere, but it's this red watery stuff and you just put it all over your hair and you let it sit for about 5 minutes. If you're not wearing gloves, your hands will be stained red for a little bit. I think if you just wash your hands, it comes right off. But it is terrifying because your bathtub with red hair will look like a murder scene. Even if you don't use like a color enhancing glaze or anything, just the red coming out of your hair looks like blood, and it's a little bit concerning the first 2 times. Then you get used to it and you're like, oh yeah, that's just my hair all over the floor. It's weird. So I'm really loving these Ulta brand shampoo conditioning system. They're quite cheap, and I believe I got 2 glazes for free with the purchase of a shampoo and a conditioner. Now, once every 2 weeks or so, I do take it a step further, and I did find this from another YouTuber, Meg Turney. I don't know if any of you guys watch SourceFed or any of that, but Meg Turney used to be on SourceFed, and I still watch her videos, but she had like bright red hair. I think it's back to bright red again. She was purple for a while. She mentioned this once, and I was intrigued, and I looked it up, and I purchased it for myself, and it's amazing. This is the Overtone Go Deep Vibrant Red Weekly Treatment for color, intensity, and rich hydration. It's like minty and delicious. It smells like gum. It looks like this. So with this stuff, you're definitely going to need gloves and like a plastic bag so you don't get color all over yourself, because this stuff will stain you. It is a color depositing treatment. It adds some red back into your hair. They have like 3 different levels of intensity. I got the middle one, which was the vibrant. I think there was extreme and vivid or something like that, but this was the middle one. I think I'm going to look into their daily conditioners as well. This stuff is vegan, all natural, amazing. It's just a whole bunch of oils. You basically put it on your hair, you make sure you cover it evenly, and you let it sit for 10, 15 minutes, sometimes 30 if you really want it to like soak in, and then you rinse it out and your hair is so silky smooth and so red and lush. They have other colors too, like orange and blue and purple and green and yellow. If you're looking for a color depositing, like semi-permanent mask, this stuff is great. Now, I just got this from the salon that I get my hair done at, so I haven't used it yet, but they did tell me a little bit about it. This is the Vorobyov whipped treatment with olive oil and shea butter. You basically use it after you shampoo and condition, and it like locks in color better. The salon does have a website you can go to and find this at if you're interested. So after I'm out of the shower and I'm done with all of these things in my hair, I let it air dry for about 20 minutes, and then I go in with some argan oil. Now, I was using this smaller bottle and I bought a bigger bottle of it, and I got, I think, something wrong because I don't smell the same or look the same. But the one that I was using that I really liked is by the brand One and Only Argan Oil. I think it was in my August favorites. And since then, I have basically reached the bottom of it. It's basically just Moroccan argan trees, their oil, and you take like a dime-sized amount, rub it in your hands, and just put it through the ends of your hair. It makes it really shiny, doesn't weigh it down too much. It's just really nourishing and hydrating, makes your hair look good. Don't use too much, you will very easily use too much, and then your hair will be like clumpy and gross. The one that I got that is okay, and now I'm realizing why it's not the same, it's a different brand. I'm a genius. This one is by Agadir Argan Oil Hair Treatment. It's like almost the same, so I didn't realize I grabbed the wrong one. But this one works fine too, and I'm probably going to use it because it's a pretty large bottle. They like added some sort of a scent to it that I'm not as interested in. And the last thing that I put into my hair to make sure it looks a little bit more full of life at the bottom, because it is getting color treated a little bit more often than it used to, and I've been using this brand for years. It's the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In Plus Keratin. It is a leave-in conditioning treatment. It does 10 things. I'm not going to list them all off. It's pretty awesome. You can buy it pretty much anywhere. And just for a few quick styling things, when I am using heat, like when I very lightly curled my hair today, I still use a Tresemme brand item, and I used this a long time ago, and I think I talked about it in my last hair care routine. But it is the Tresemme Thermal Creations Heat Tamer Leave-In Spray. Just spray a little bit on your hair, keeps your hair safe from really hot tools. And if my roots do get a little bit gross, I've mentioned this probably a million times, but I love this dry shampoo, and that is the Batiste Dry Shampoo Sassy and Daring Wild. I love it. It smells good, it works well, and I think it's like $6 for this, and it lasts quite a while. Final thing is also something from my salon. It is basically a sea salt spray. It is the Orojo Wave Mist. It encourages beachy texture. It's kind of a sea salt spray, but a little bit more nourishing than a sea salt spray, because I do have, I think it's called the It's Not Your Mother's brand or something like that. But that one is really dry and crunchy. But this one is slightly more nourishing while still giving you that kind of like beachy, messy, I woke up like this, but it's still like styled look to your hair. So, highly recommend this as well. Alright, I think that's going to wrap up my updated Redhead hair care routine. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you take anything away from this video, it's to not wash your hair, and also to use coconut oil, because coconut oil is amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any of your own hair care tips and tricks and products you love, leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about more things I can do or use to keep my hair looking great. If you guys enjoyed this video, or if I gave you any helpful new tips or tricks for maintaining your hair, make sure you leave this video a big thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, you totally should so you're here for my next video, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!